From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness in the dark of the night. When the moon's hanging low, there's a place where the wildest of tales start to grow. Below the skeleton, with his phony grin, and Vulch his co-host, let the stories begin. From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world so vast, we're bringing you the future.
What's up, everybody? Is the intro already over, or did it stop on its own? I wasn't watching it. I think the volume was too low. I'll have to get that fixed. All right, as you can see, Mo is in jail. He's in prison. Not really, but he's actually busy tonight. So it's just going to be me. We've got a few topics to talk about. I've already got graphics made, so I decided to just go ahead and go live and do the stream anyway, even though Mo's busy. And I tried to get my boy Guff, who's running for president in 2028 apparently, to join me on the live stream, because he's been wanting to debate me he's been wanting to debate me for many months, and this was his chance. I'm gonna keep my eye on the Discord to see if he shows up, but this was the opportunity. If anybody wants to come on live and hang out with me, or any Republicans, Trump supporters want to come on and debate me, I always thought about having like a live debate show. I always thought that would be cool. Shout out to everybody in the chat. My man Rob T first in chat as always. We were chatting it up earlier about some drops that are going down on the sneakers app for some physical Yu-Gi-Oh Nikes, I'm guessing, and some other stuff, some 2025 tops tier baseball cards too. Shout out to Big A's in the chat. Good to see you, my man. We got Grandma Moore here as well. What's up, Grandma Moore? Just gonna be me today, y'all. Mo is busy. I think he actually has a job interview. The kitty cat's here though. Maybe she'll co-host with me. Yeah, I don't know where Guff's at. All right, let's get into the first one and see if the chat's working. Chat is working. That's what I like to see. I just put a little picture there of Mo in jail. I hope you don't mind, because he's not going to be responding. It's just going to be me. So it might be like a shorter live stream since it is just me. But I do have, like I said, a few topics to talk about. Now, on paranormal, I went really deep on a topic recently, and that's the one I planned on talking about this week. And since Mo wasn't here, I decided to save it for next week because I want to dig a little bit further, and it's really good. It's going to take me some time to get some good graphics and some videos for y'all. I'll give you a little bit of a hint on it. The whole rabbit hole starts with Tila Tequila, but then it goes so much deeper. Shout out to Alejandro. Good to see you, my man. But one thing for the paranormal section, which we also include conspiracy theories with, there's a topic that we never talk about because it's a little too close, too near and dear to Mo's heart. He's from New York, and it's the 9/11 conspiracy. And since he's not here this week, and there's some new updates, kind of developments going on with the 9/11 conspiracy, I thought maybe we would make that our paranormal topic for today. So let me know in the chat what you guys think about the 9/11 conspiracy. Like, do you think it was an inside job? Do you think that the government's report on it, their investigation, was conclusive and correct and accurate? I'm trying to adjust my volume so I'm not too loud here. If you haven't heard, my man Tucker Carlson, usually not a fan of Tucker, but lately, man, I don't know. I like the idea that he's doing this new docu-series. I think it starts on September 11th of this year. It's like a 3 or 4 part docu-series on his YouTube channel about the 9/11 conspiracy theory. And he was on Piers Morgan. I don't know if it was yesterday or today that I saw it, but he was on Pierce, and Pierce was asking him about the conspiracy theories, and a lot of the stuff that he was bringing up had to do with Tower 7, which there really was no explanation for that. And I was always a 9/11 conspiracy believer. I always thought it was an inside job. Some crazy stuff was going on for sure. There's several people who have called me crazy or probably looked at me differently for that, but I think it's all going to come out soon. We're going to find out that everything isn't as it seems. What's up, Daniel C? Good to see you, my man. Ahoy, ahoy. Thank you for hanging out with us, or just me today. Mo is in jail. He's in prison or at work, same thing. 9/11 definitely had some weird shit happen. Building 7, look, here's the thing about Building 7, and Tucker was pointing this out as well. You see the WT7 in that graphic up top, the one that's in blue? And in the middle where it says World Trade Center Plaza is where the 2 towers were. Now, WTC, is that what they call it? WTC 7 collapsed. And the reason, the official explanation of why it collapsed was because the heat from the fire from the towers was so hot that it burnt the steel within Tower 7 and made it fall. What about Tower 5 and Tower 6? How is it that the heat was so hot from the towers that were in the middle of these buildings that it melted World Tower 7, but it didn't melt 6 or 5, which is in between? So, I mean, obviously. And how is it that people are just acting for the longest time now? For what, how many years they've been saying that all the 9/11 conspiracy theories are crazy people, but nobody has an explanation for something like that. And that's not the only thing. Of course, there are several things that don't make no sense about it. It's the Pentagon. I still have a hard time believing that it was actually a plane that hit the Pentagon. There's a dude, a witness, who says that he saw, was it a white jet or something, not a passenger plane, but some type of white jet above the Pentagon at the time of the attack, and that it seemed to have shot some type of missile, a Patriot missile looking thing, into the side of the building, which is different than what the official story is. And I think it's crazy that the day it happened, the second it happened, they decided to pave over the entire Pentagon lawn so that nobody could do any type of investigation on the debris or anything like that. Alejandro said, I mentioned 9/11 before, but I think Mo said he didn't want to relive that. Exactly. That's why we're doing it today, because Mo's not here. And plus, the Tucker Carlson docuseries starts this week. You should look at the 9/11, the Fifth Plane documentary. I literally just saw it the other day, a video, and the title was about the fifth plane. And you know how if you put your mouse over a video on YouTube, it'll show you the first few seconds. And I was kind of watching it for a few seconds. I didn't click on it and watch the whole thing. But that is a legit conspiracy that's coming out recently. I don't know all about like exactly where's the fifth plane. I don't know much about it. What was that building used for? FBI headquarters. So of course, they had it insured. Follow the money. Exactly. FBI headquarters, I believe, is what do they call it? WTC 7, Tower 7. I think it was the FBI headquarters. And there's some crazy stuff about when you look into it. And Tucker Carlson was touching on a lot of this. So I at least wanted to show you like the top 4 things that are really strange about 9/11. The BBC reporting is really crazy. So they reported that World Tower Centers, I guess that's what WTC stands for, number 7, the Tower 7 collapsed. But they reported it like hours before it even happened. And their whole explanation is that, oh, well, we got it from Reuters. Okay, well, how did Reuters know before it happened? Nobody expected Tower 7 to collapse, and they somehow knew it was going to happen, and they reported it before it happened. Even if they got it from Reuters, reported it before it happened. Big A says, I have a high school friend that literally saw the plane flying. Yeah, I know. We talked about this before. He's an Army engineer working in the clinic inside the Pentagon. He got a medal for hot wiring a car to rescue people. Dang, that's awesome. I mean, I think you were probably sent here, Big A, by the deep state to get into these live streams to trick people. Now, I believe you, bro, but okay, Big A, tell me this, though. How did Tower 7 collapse from the heat from the Twin Towers when there are 2 buildings in between the towers and Tower 7? I mean, I believe you that, okay, your friend was there for the Pentagon. I believe you. Okay. It's crazy that it made that hole, though. And that fire was so hot that it burnt Tower 7 to make it collapse. However, they found the passport of one of the hijackers in the rubble of the towers. It wasn't hot enough to burn that. The structural engineering anomalies, of course, there's been all these people who call themselves structural engineers who say either A, it's impossible for the fuel to have gotten hot enough to melt the steel in the towers, but then there's other structural engineers who say, yes, it could happen, but how do I know which structural engineer is the real one or who knows what they're talking about? That kind of makes it tough to figure out what's really going on. What's your first time you've been to New York? I've never been to New York. However, we are planning on going to Washington, D.C., maybe October next month. And I was trying to get my kid, if we're in Washington, D.C. for a week, anyway, why don't we drive over to New York? But he does not want to go to New York at all. He's like scared of it. I know my sister went to New York City, and she told me that they drive 70 miles per hour, bumper to bumper. I'm like, I don't know if I could do that, man. I'm from Indiana. I don't be tailgating. I get mad when people tailgate me. I will hit my brakes. I will smash on my brakes if you tailgate me. BA says, Tower 7 issue I never heard of. I'm sure there's some scientific reasoning. I will look into it. Well, don't worry, my man. Tucker Carlson's going to look into it, and you can trust him now. you should probably look into it yourself. I'm gonna look into it myself too. But like I said, what you have is all these different experts disagreeing with each other. And how do I know which expert is more expertise? It's even crazier driving in New Jersey. Honestly, I don't know if I can handle that. I bet it's like Washington D.C. like that in Washington D.C. too. I don't know, man. I get mad when I drive and like people like just don't use your turn. If they don't even use their turn signal, that will set me off. I'll be honking like, bruh, how was I supposed to know you were going to get in that lane? You almost killed me. But we're gonna try it. You fine? We're gonna take care of you. I'm gonna try to get my kid to go with us to New York. He wants to go to Virginia really bad too. All right, you guys already know what the sports topic is going to be. The biggest thing that's going on in sports right now, I'm sure everybody knows. I'm going to go see Trump. Hell, I mean, to protest or to boo him or to yell, shame, shame. All right, yeah, the biggest news in sports is the same thing as last week, but a different person. It's a new Karen. So we got some video of the Karen. This is a lady at the Phillies game. Phillies were playing. They hit a foul ball, I believe, up into the stands. And you'll see what happens. I'm sure you guys have already seen this before. And a little bit of controversy is about, did she have control of the ball when the dad grabbed it out of her hand? I saw an up-close video, which I don't have here today, but when you zoom in, it looks like she never had control of the ball. So he didn't actually take it from her. And if you're at a baseball game, you know it's whoever gets the ball first. The ball's hit up there. The guy runs over there and grabs it. He's excited because he's got his little son there, like a little 8-year-old, 9-year-old son. Like he's hugging him. He's so excited. And then this crazy Karen lady, they're like, that was hit in front of me. It wasn't hit in front of you. And he's like, I got it first. And like, I'll call the cops. I don't know what she said. I'm just ad-libbing here. But for some reason, the dad makes the kid give her the ball, which a lot of people are saying, Dad of the Year, he's awesome. That's great. And he's like, just go away. If it was me and if it was my kid, well, that would not be what I've done. What I did. That would no, absolutely not. She would have got a hand in the face. I would have laughed. I would have laughed in her face a lot. If she would have got touchy, I would have bumped her down until she fell down. Hell no. I think she's crazy. The issue with the inside job conspiracy is, have you ever seen a building that's being demolished? There's wires everywhere and thousands of charges. People would have seen them. I don't know about that. I've seen some side-by-side video of the towers falling and demolitions of similar-looking buildings. And I've also seen side-by-side of the towers falling and other buildings falling that weren't demolished. And it looks more like the demolished video than it does the falling video. But I don't know for sure. I mean, there's no building that tall that's been hit that high up in the building that has collapsed ever before. And this is supposed to be, American architecture is supposed to be top of the line. If these weak-ass buildings in Thailand, their skyscrapers get hit and catch on fire, and they don't collapse, why is ours collapsing unless there's something else going on? When I see this, I thought it was fake. But there's more to it. Somebody was filming her afterwards. People were yelling at her in the stands. So check her out, dude. This is like hardcore final boss Karen. She got the haircut and everything. So she gets into that dude's face because he's talking trash. Walks up to some stranger or something. Up right at 2 inches in front of his face. How dare you speak to me like that, sir? Don't you know I'm in the HOA? Then she comes back here. There's some people up there yelling at her. These guys are yelling at her. She gets up and she points to them. Here in a second, she starts holding up the ball and like flipping them off and stuff. I don't. What do you think should happen to her? I mean, is this okay? Freedom of speech, right? Freedom of speech. She did get the ball, so she won, right? There's this big rumor going around that she was this lady called Cheryl Richardson Wagner, and she worked at this school. And everybody was like, oh, she got fired from her job. She lost her job because of this. But the school actually put out a statement. The statement was, the woman identified on social media as the Phillies Karen is not and has never been an employee of the Hamilton Public Schools located in Hamilton, New Jersey. Social media and news reports indicating that she is are incorrect. Anyone who worked for our school district, attended as a student, or lives in our community would obviously have caught that ball barehanded in the first place, avoiding this entire situation, which I thought was a pretty good response to it. So I don't think anybody knows who this Karen actually is. What if her first name actually ended up being Karen? That would be wild. will put a 2-piece and a biscuit on a Philly fan. I mean, I want to hit a woman, but if she got handsy with me, I would bump, give a little shoulder, not a little elbow push, and watch her tumble. Be like, my bad, I didn't know. It would look similar to demo building because it uses charges on support beams and the heat from jet fuel caused the steel support to fail. Big A, did you see the guys who were the firefighters who were down there at ground zero that day, and then afterwards they're all covered in dust and they're sitting down, and some news reporter comes up to start interviewing them, and the guy says, I heard it was a bomb. It was definitely a bomb. It was a bomb right there, and then there was another bomb below us that went off a couple minutes later. I don't know, man. I'm suspicious of the official story. I want to see what Tucker has to say about it. I don't think they found out. They need to find her. The internet's supposed to be good at that kind of stuff. South Jersey are Philly fans. North Jersey are Yankee mostly, and some are Mets fans. Jersey don't have a team, do they? Yeah, I guess you got to pick one. It all depends on where you live, huh? So, yeah, that was the big story. Unfortunately, no dildo updates. I haven't seen a dildo flying in the WA and NBA for a while. And I'm going to tell Mo when he gets back next week, like, I don't want to hear any more about Caitlin Clark or WNBA anymore, because there's this video on YouTube that came out last week, and it's WNBA players versus middle school stars. And the middle school stars kicked their butt. Last time they did this video on the same channel, it was WNBA players versus high school players, and the high school players won, but they were like top-ranked high school players. These are top-ranked middle school players, but they are straight-up 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds, and they beat the WNBA players, and they beat them badly. Like, I don't want to watch WNBA ever anymore after that. There's people making videos about that video, too, because it's crazy. No baseball team, but the New York Giants and the Jets play in New Jersey. It's kind of messed up. They play in a whole different state than what they're named after. So, yeah, I guess New Jersey have to claim them. All right, politics. I don't know how we're going to do politics today since Mo is in jail and Guff for president didn't want to join me and debate me today. But if you guys want to participate in the chat, I'll be happy to chat about anything that you guys want to chat about. I got lots of graphics here to talk about because, like every week in the Trump administration, there's a lot going on. A lot of bad stuff going on, to be exact. All right, I think the top story for today, anyway, not necessarily the top story for the week, but the top story that I've been hearing about a lot for today is South Korea with their response to these new ICE raids that happened. Where did they happen at? Was it Michigan? Georgia. It was Georgia. And it's crazy, too, because it's this Hyundai plant. They go up in there and they round up like 450 of these South Korean workers that are in the Hyundai plant, put them in shackles, chains around their waist, chains around their feet. Like, bro, that's wow that they would do all that for this, because these guys are here to implement the new trade deal that's going on with South Korea and Trump, where they're supposed to be bringing in a bunch of new manufacturing, and these dudes are here to help train the people that are going to start this new manufacturing plant. And the problem they're having is that they're not getting working visas from the administration or from America. However, there's other countries like Australia that get like thousands each year. South Korea gets none. So what South Korea does is they're giving these people visitor visas and having them come into the country that way and then working that way, which is illegal, but I think they say that the State Department told them that they were allowed to do that. There's been a little bit of controversy about that. So South Korea is not happy about it. They're furious, not only about them being deported, but the whole embarrassment of it. It's chaining them up, putting it on TV. That was one thing they talked about too when the South Koreans had their press conference. They're like, you put it on TV on purpose to embarrass us. And the South Korean president was just in the White House last week and was supposed to be like buddy. They're like one of our top allies. They just did this new trade deal. It's kind of wild. It's just like Trump's just I probably wasn't even Trump. It was probably Stephen Miller. You should watch the WNBA practice squad players. They are fat, out of shape hoopers. That sounds fun to watch, yeah. WNBA might be in trouble, or they might go on a lockout. Why? I know when they did that whole thing with like, pay us what you owe us, like make a basket. And Caitlin Clark out rest of the year. I did see Caitlin Clark's out rest of the year. Yeah, nobody's going to watch the rest of the year now. ICE raids happen 10 to 15 minutes away from me, and people were posting to leave if you're undocumented. I've been hearing that they're happening around here too. I think I saw somebody post it on Facebook, like the city over. They're like, watch out for ICE, they're over here. Alejandro said Caitlin Clark should go to Ice Cube's Big 3 League. I heard they offered her $1 million per game. I think she should do that and stay in the WNBA. Yes. There's no reason why she couldn't do both. All right, so that's one thing that people are upset about, mostly South Koreans. However, there's a lot of people in the business industry that are upset about it because now South Korea might not continue with this investment into manufacturing that they're planning on doing, especially with a company like Hyundai. Trump posted this today. Not today, I'm sorry, this week. Probably just a couple of days ago. And it's kind of starting to scare me. I'm sure if Mo was here, he'd be very happy about it because it has to do with Robert F. Kennedy. He agrees a lot with what Robert F. Kennedy is doing right now. And a lot of the scientists don't agree with it. Now, I can have an opinion on it, but does my opinion really matter? I'm not a scientist. The scientists, they think this is crazy what he's doing. He's trying to get rid of all the vaccines. And now Donald Trump is posting memes about it saying that all vaccines are poison, every single one. So they're going to try to get rid of vaccines altogether. And it's like, it's a former heroin addict is now the leader of, the Department of Health and Human Services, and he just replaced like this medical genius who has a master's degree and is a surgeon. And so now it's the former heroin addict who is going to tell us what the best thing for us to do for vaccines is, even though all the doctors and scientists say otherwise. And all the Trump people are going to say, yes, let's go with what the guy who is a former heroin addict and has no degree in any of this stuff, but he has a liberal arts degree. Let's see what he wants to do. He seems like he knows what he's talking about. Oh, that's the wrong gift. My bad. I think I have a RFK. It is. I do have a RFK one. Did I hit the wrong button? That's supposed to be it. I'll try it one more time. Oh, I broke my gifts. Anyway, imagine that was RFK there. Would have been a lot funnier. Also, I'm sure you guys saw that Trump. Well, I don't want to say Trump. The Department of War. No longer the Department of Defense. The Department of War bombed a boat coming out of Venezuela. I mean, that seems pretty crazy. Not only was it in a different country, but they could have just pulled up to him and, like, you know, told him to either surrender or you get shot and then shoot him up. I mean, they could bring a battleship over there. They already got ships in the water over there, but they just straight up blew up these people. And it kind of seems strange that there's supposedly drug smugglers, but there's 11 people on the boat, because drug smugglers wouldn't do that. I mean, they want to get as much weight from people, as least weight from people as possible, so they get more drugs onto the boat. So it's crazy to think that he just blew these people up because he thought they were drug dealers. Like, he didn't even prove. Why don't you give us the intelligence? If you have intelligence showing that these are drug dealers, why would you not release that? And just, I think he's trying to start a war, as a lot of people believe, including me, on purpose. He even said it. I should have put that clip on here. He even said it. There was some other leader that was in the Oval Office with him the other day, and he was saying that was it Ukraine? Because he was saying if we have a war, then they can't have an election. And he kind of smiled about it. And now he's renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War. And now he says he's pretty much going to war with Chicago. Which, this is when it gets really wild. I don't know what you guys think about it. Mo doesn't seem to mind much, but the fact that he's putting military in the streets of American cities, and it supposedly is because of the crime. But if you look at things like murder rates, it's places like Memphis, Tennessee, and Alabama that have the highest murder rates. But there's no talk about putting any military in Tennessee or Alabama. It's all in these Democrat states, just because they're Democrat states. And a lot of people speculate that it has to do with controlling the elections whenever it's time for the next presidential election. He's going to have military already there. I don't know. Some people will say, I mean, it's helped Washington, D.C. a little bit already. Crime has gone down in Washington, D.C., as it should if the military is there. However, so has freedom. You know what I mean? Kind of feels like, I mean, having soldiers in the streets. The Epstein stuff is still going on. Apparently, we didn't even know this, but Trump was an FBI informant the whole time. They sent him there because he's the greatest pedophile of all time now. I think this whole thing was kind of overblown because that's what everybody's saying. Like, if you're an FBI informant, that means you have to be caught in the act and then they turn you into an informant. However, in my mind, if I saw something happen and I called the FBI and was like, hey, I just saw something happen, ain't I now an FBI informant? That doesn't mean I was somebody who's art. So I think they're kind of overblown with all that. And as you can see here, Speaker Johnson was like, nah, I mean, he wasn't really an FBI informant. But it was kind of wild that he said that for me. A lot of people are freaking out about it. think it was just today, they finally released the Epstein book, the birthday book that they were talking about. Trump had sent this letter, this poem type thing to him that he signed the lady's bush with his name at the bottom. He said it ain't never happened. He don't even draw. He ain't never drawn before in his life, he says. So they released that today. And as an autograph collector, and I can tell you in my autograph groups that over 10 people have sent this off to the Beckett pre-authorization. So how it works is you can give Beckett $10 and they will look at an autograph and they will tell you if it's likely or not likely to pass authentication. It's almost always accurate. All those people say that PSA says this is accurate. And you can look at a lot of this Donald Trump's old signatures and you can see that this is definitely his signature. It's live ink. You can tell whenever you zoom in that it's live ink. It's not like auto pen or a stamp or anything like that. And a lot of these right-wing influencers are going crazy on Twitter saying, that's not his autograph. This is his autograph. And they show his autograph where it says Donald Trump. He has two autographs. Sometimes he signs Donald Trump, and sometimes he signs Donald. And when he signs Donald, he signs it exactly like that every time with the long tail at the end. So it's 1,000% definitely authentic. And it's just wild that he just came out and said 100% it's not true. It's not real. It didn't happen. I'm suing Wall Street Journal. And now we find out that it is true. Does anybody care? Does any of his supporters care that he straight up lied to your face again? Nah, they don't care. He was just trolling the libs. All right, I've got some graphics here for the hypocrisy part of my spiel for today because I don't have anybody to argue with or debate or to talk to besides the chat. Vaultification. So, all right, we were talking about this earlier a minute ago in the politics section about having all the soldiers in the streets, right? And that's what Trump's doing right now. He did it in Los Angeles. He did it in, why am I forgetting this? Washington, D.C. He did it now. Apparently he's going to be doing it in Chicago. And there's other places he's been talking about doing it as well. And all the Republicans seem to support this. So what I thought was interesting about that, what nobody seems to remember or talk about for some reason, like people have the shortest memories in the world, is all the things that people said about Obama putting soldiers in the streets back when he was president. So Alex Jones in particular, or for example, back in 2014, he had this theory where he claimed that Obama was deliberately stirring racial tensions to create chaos as a pretext for martial law. The globalists, can I do an Alex Jones voice? Mo can do it. Oh, man. The globalists are going to use the... No, I can't do it. To bring in martial law regarding the Jade Helm 15. The whole Jade Helm 15 is the whole thing they were talking about. Obama's going to have military on the street, y'all. Oh, it's the end of days. Now that Trump's doing it, it's like, oh, it's all good. That's what we wanted. What? Glenn Beck, the Beckster, he amplified fears about Obama's 2008 campaign statement on a civilian national security force. He was saying that Obama was wanting a personal paramilitary group. Sounds to him like a Gestapo. Oh, you mean like ICE? Glenn Beck loves ICE. It's the hypocrisy that proves the stupidity. It's they're either stupid or they're lying. Because it can't be both. You can't say it's horrible if you put soldiers in the streets, Obama. Trump, it's great that you put soldiers in the streets. That's stupid. Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, what do they call him, Hot Wheels. In 2015, Abbott ordered the Texas State Guard to monitor that Jade Helm. That's what Obama was doing. That's what they thought he was going to be bringing in martial law and putting soldiers in the streets for. He said in the letter, during the training operation, it's important that Texans know their safety and constitutional rights. Private property rights and civil liberties will not be infringed. But now, Greg Abbott's all for having military in the street when Trump's doing it. What's up, Sandbox? Says it's estimated that it costs $1 million per day to have the military in the D.C. What a waste of money. I mean, the military parade, the way they waste money is just wild. But then, if there's some humanitarian aid going on, oh, you gotta take that away. Let those poor kids starve. What's up, Abdullah? Good to see you, my man. Mo is not here today, so I'm over here ranting, especially on the politics topic. All right, just one more. Louis Gohmert, he is a representative from Texas. He was a representative back when Obama was in office, and he's still a representative because there's no term limits. And these dudes have funders. They have people, donors, that are going to make sure that they get reelected every time. Back then, he expressed alarm over that Jade Helm, saying it's a startling thing that we have an army briefing that would single out in the United States people that are patriotic, trying to stand up for this country and call them a threat. In the exact same way that Trump now calls protesters a threat and college students a threat and anybody who's not a white, straight male a threat. It's kind of wild that there's so much hypocrisy and nobody really calls it out, or they just go along with it. And it's like they have no memory of what just happened 8, 10, 12 years ago. The system from Florida ceiling is effed. This whole country's effed right now. Did any left, right? I mean, I don't even like the Democrats at all. They have like a 10% approval rating, and I agree with that. It should be. It's horrible. Any way you shake it, it's too much government. And see, I always think we need to have more government, but you got to get the money out of government first. If government works, it'll do fine. It just got to work. All right, so here was another thing that I thought was kind of interesting when it comes to the hypocrisy, and that's the executive orders. Donald Trump himself repeatedly criticized Obama's executive orders as excessive power grabs. Back in 2012, he tweeted that, "Why is Barack Obama constantly issuing executive orders that are major power grabs of authority? How could he do such a thing? I want to not use too many executive orders, folks." And all of a sudden, Obama, because he couldn't get anybody to agree with him, he just starts going at him like butter. And now the White House just tweeted, POTUS is signing executive orders at the... I can't read that well. Hold on, let me see. Let me zoom it in a little bit. I got bad ass. Signing executive orders at the fastest pace in decades. Y'all know president has signed 200 executive orders this quickly. Like, how much more hypocrisy can you have? That is just wild. Nobody says a word about it either. Like, he was just talking about how horrible it is that Obama was signing executive orders, and he signs like 10 times as many, and it's the great, amazing thing when he does it. It is wild to me. And I could have looked up lots of other quotes of people talking about how Obama was a wannabe king and wannabe dictator because he was doing so many executive orders. But of course, those exact same people, when Trump does it, no problem with it whatsoever. They're saying a Harris-Sanders 2028 ticket. Nah, Kamala Harris is done. She's donezo. Go be Attorney General of California again or something. No. AOC, all the way for me. That's the only person so far that sounds like a good candidate. I like Gavin Newsom's Twitter game, but I'm not a fan of his policies. For Web3 gaming, usually Mo is the one that comes up with all the Web3 gaming to talk about. I was trying to think of what I was going to talk about for Web3 gaming. There was something, but I didn't make a graphic for it. But I probably forgot what it was. I haven't been playing much lately besides the old Call of Duty Warzone, Marvel Snap like always, and 2K. Let me know if there's any Web3 games y'all are into. I'm waiting for something good to come out, y'all. We be talking about it all the time. I do, the one thing I was going to talk about Web3 gaming is y'all can help me name my horse for Photo Finish Live. It should be racing by next week. It was born like 3 months ago. You got to wait a few months before your horse is old enough to race. And I haven't given it a name yet. And all my horses are named after my main horse, Marvel. So they all have Marvel superhero names. So I got to find a good superhero Marvel name for my horse. Bob says Dropio looks like it's going to close down or restructure. I heard people talking a lot about Dropio like a year ago. It got big, or it started to get kind of popular. Then everybody got real quiet about it. It's all about the quality of them drops, if they got good drops or not. What's up, Samrax? No Mo today. Mo is in jail. He's locked up. He's actually at work or at a job interview. So it's just me. It's just the vault today. We're just hanging out. I'm ranting over here. It's all left-wing stuff today. Any MAGA supporters have already left, I promise you. Not Web3, but has been playing Phasmophobia with the kids. Actually a lot of fun. Phasmophobia. The fear of plasma? No, that's plasmophobia. Oh, it does sound fun. Crypto, have you guys been hearing about what's going on with WLXF? What's it called? WLT? Let's zoom this in a little bit. So this is the new World Liberty Financial Token that Trump and his family, or the administration, I don't know how that works. Emoluments clause, I don't know. But they dropped a new token. And the main holder of the Trump token is Justin's son, who's this rich Asian dude. I don't even know what country he's from. But he bought a whole bunch of these WLFI tokens. and they froze them tokens, bro. They took all his money. He got rugged. A lot of people got rugged. That price we talked about last week, the price dropped super fast, but it's crazy that this guy in particular, who was one of the people who attended that crypto summit at the White House, that the top, was it 100 holders of Trump coin got to attend, he was like number one on the list. He was like a huge supporter. They rug pulled his ass. Funko's doing bad. I heard all the Funko drops were selling out. And new CEO, and they don't want to keep an NFT team now. Oh no, they're losing their NFT division. Yeah, I thought the drops did well, but they started doing limited edition regular drops, not non-NFTs. And I've been keeping up with Funko. I'll never to get into that. It's a big name brand though. I'm surprised, especially when their drops were selling out. It's a haunted house game, like a ghost. Oh, I might have played it then. That sounds familiar. Justin is Chinese. Thank you. Funko, not Dropio. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Funkio. Yeah, they used to have their drops falling. People told me their drops were selling out all the time. I never went any, so I don't know in particular. A lot of people are calling the WLFA token or a project a scam, a mafia play, the way that they built it up and got everybody to put their money into it, and then they froze the biggest accounts and then they withdrew all their money. It's pretty dirty stuff, and nobody really talks about it because nobody really understands crypto. Like, you don't hear this on mainstream media whatsoever. But he's just straight up robbing people, bro. And it's the people that voted for him. Do I still put money into BB? Bro, are you serious? I'm looking to see if I have a hell no gift. You're lucky I don't have a hell no gift, but the answer would be hell no. Okay, but there is this thing coming up on BB with the samurai Darth Vader. Maybe I would put some money in for that. I've got a little bit of token, a little bit of gems still, even though they're about to lose all their value. I've still got my number 9 collectible that I've been trying to sell for $300 forever. But I don't know. A lot of people are excited about this. It's Darth Vader. It's licensed by Star Wars and Disney, but it's the samurai version, which I've seen if I remember correctly, I've seen all the Star Wars movies. At no point did Darth Vader go to Japan and learn how to be a samurai that I can remember. Maybe I missed that part. I did go to the bathroom a couple times while watching the movie, but apparently Darth Vader's a samurai. The problem is it's $50 for the drop. And if you get the common's going to be worth about $2. So I'm not gambling $50 to go to get a 2. Can't do it. I know, I don't plan on doing it now. It'd be a fun drop to live stream, because I think a lot of people will be excited for it. If it was 20, maybe even 25, okay, I'll go for it. 50? Like, come on. 50? Really? This ain't 2021. It's a Bandai and Fortnite thing, the Samurai Vader. A lot of people are saying it had something to do with Fortnite. I used to play a little Fortnite, but I guess it's some skin they have on Fortnite. It's Vader. That's the wrong Vader. Vader Time is the wrestling Vader. I like that Vader. I wish they would drop that NFT. FA Vader? FA Vader Time? Yes, please. All right, here's this dude who said he got a reply from World Liberty Financial when he was having that same problem with his tokens being frozen. He said, they stole my money, and because it's the POTUS's family, I can't do anything about it. It's a new age mafia, so I want to zoom in on that reply and show you what they told him. They said, thanks for reaching out. Unfortunately, due to the high-risk blockchain exposure associated with your wallet address, we will not be able to unlock your tokens. So their answer to this guy is that because your wallet has been exposed to the blockchain, we ain't giving you your tokens back. That's wild, bro. They are just straight up robbing people. Does that make any sense at all? Due to the high-risk blockchain exposure associated with your wallet address, what the hell does that have to do with you? I could have my wallet exposed to any type of blockchain association that I want. That has nothing to do with you. And they're like, because of that, we can't unlock your tokens, bro. I know you gave us $2 million and bought $2 million worth of tokens. That's not worth $100,000, but we're not giving you that $100,000, just so you know. Still got all the Gozmon. Yeah, I got my one Goldmon. My BB-Mon. Special edition number 9. Samurai Vader was from Rush Hour 7 with Jackie Chan. That's cap. Rush Hour, that's cap. He's capping. There is no Rush Hour. It goes to like 5. You still need to sell your gold BB-Mon before you can buy Darth Samurai. Nobody will buy it. I dropped the price down to $199, Rob T. It sounds like you want it. You have a nice little, what are they called? Gold bonds. You have a nice little collection over there. Maybe you need that number 9. Here's something I wanted to show you guys. Anybody who's paying attention. This is almost like a riddle. I want somebody to explain this to me. Let's see if I can find it. I'm going to have to scroll back into my Discord. I'll bring it up so you guys can watch me scroll. This blew my mind. I mean, it's not big, but it makes no mathematical logical sense whatsoever. And I want somebody to explain to me what it is that I'm missing here. We got Big A here, so he'll probably have an answer. He might have saw it in my Discord. I'm surprised my Discord is this active. All right, yeah, we're getting close. So what had happened was, I had a little bit of extra money over there on that candy app with those DC comics. Sold a few low mints sold for me, so I had some money over there. Maybe, yeah, here it is. See if y'all can see this perfect. All right, so as you can see, my DJing ass was about to buy me a Superman #1 uncommon. As you know, if you watched my channel for a while, I've got a lot, not all, but most of the uncommons, the vintage uncommons over on the DC Candy platform. But the one I don't have, the first one, the big one, is the Superman. So I tried to get this. I was going to buy this. The price was $165, and I had $174.74, right? But apparently my $165 was not enough to buy it because of fees and tax. And it said I had to pay an extra $5.74 to make this purchase. Remember that. Because what happened after that is that I went and sold a couple of comics. My balance is $174.74 there. And now my balance is up to $177.25. I went up almost $3. So I try to go back and I buy that same comic for $169. But now my total from fees and tax is more. Even though I have more money in my balance, my fee went from $5 to $7. Please, anybody, explain to me how this is possible. What is happening here? This makes no mathematical logical sense whatsoever. That's not exactly what happened. A lot of wallets were compromised in fake fish, so the owners asked for their wallets to get blacklisted because tokens would be stolen the second they hit comp. So the owners asked to be blacklisted because they were told that their wallets were compromised, but after being blacklisted, they were not allowed to be unblacklisted. Who told them their wallets were being compromised? Still sounds like a scam either way. I mean, I was trying to get that Superman #1. I've always wanted that uncommon in my collection. It's the one uncommon I don't have. I've got the Bold and the Beautiful. I've got the Robin First Appearance. I've got all the uncommons. The uncommons are my favorite. I just don't have the Superman #1. But this makes no sense. No sense. I want to invest my money into scams. You're saying candy's a scam? I like candy. Candy's all right. Yeah, I thought that was wild. I still haven't bought it yet. I'm sure there are actually probably better deals out there, especially since there's so many editions of the Superman #1. They raised... Nah, I don't understand. No, it doesn't make any sense. Even if they raise the fees. Why would they raise the fees? Because the price that I'm buying, the comic that I'm buying, doesn't change. So the fees shouldn't change because I have more money. That makes my fees more? It makes no sense. No, the price, it was still $169. That's why it blew my mind. I mean, I still couldn't buy it, which is fine. It was just like, it doesn't make sense mathematically, logically, or technically, or anything at all. Oh, well. What are you watching? I'm not watching really anything in particular. I've been just keeping my eye on the news, watching reselling stuff, working on my eBay store, making eBay videos. Check this out. This blew my mind, right? So last weekend, my kid has his friend over, stays the night, and we got pizza, and like, we're gonna watch TV in here with you while we eat the pizza. I'm like, what do y'all want to watch? Tell me why they said Beavis and Butthead. I said, what? Beavis and Butthead. Like, is there a new one? No, the old one. What? And they sit there and watch Beavis and Butthead. And like, my kid, like, when I'm talking to him, I'll say something and he'll be like, I'm like, are you doing Butthead, bro, right now? This is like from the early 80s, early 90s. What the hell do kids know about this? Why are the kids watching Beavis and Butthead right now? It's so crazy to me. BA says it was revealed that there was a fake link going around, so people that clicked on it asked for their wallets to get blacklisted and start the process to verify identity to get the tokens sent to new wallets. I'm sure they ain't getting their money back, and I'm sure they got robbed, and I'm sure that Donald Trump is robbing people left and right on the whole crypto. That's the whole point of World Liberty Financial. Check again now. I could try again now. I mean, then I might end up buying it. I kind of changed my mind. I bet there's better deals out there now. That was a crazy Superman drop. I got so lucky and got a rare. That was the first Palm. It wasn't candy yet. It was DC Palm drop. Nobody knew exactly how the drop was going to work, including me. I'd have to go back and watch the stream because I streamed it. I didn't get the drop. I did something wrong. I'm trying to remember what I did wrong. I refreshed at the wrong time or something. But as soon as that drop was over, I figured out their system, and from then on, I got every drop after that. Then he says, so your fees are based off the wallet balance? I guess, but why would they do that? That seems so dumb. Rob T said I was watching Altered Carbon. Apparently, I got to get back into Altered Carbon. Rob T doesn't like my assessment of it. Like I said, I think it was a good show. It was just a little too nakedness for me. They're on Call of Duty right now. Who is? I'm about to get on some Call of Duty. Fees should be based on sell price. Exactly. Is it a glitch? It didn't make any sense. I couldn't figure out why. Crazy Dan, we were just talking about Building 7. Literally, that's the whole thing. Crazy Dan, do you know about the Tucker Carlson miniseries that starts in 2 days? He's doing a miniseries on September 11 conspiracy theories. And he was just on Piers Morgan talking about them. And a big thing that they're talking about is Building 7. Because there's no plausible explanation as to why Building 7 collapsed. My name is Gordon. Bro, don't make me say that out loud. Play WWE 2K25 lately. Let's go. My kid just got 2K26. I think I play 2K25 or 24. I'm always behind a year or so. And they said you were too raunchy ball. Who, me? Who, moi? Yes, check it out. I'm definitely going to watch it too. Beavis and Butthead, the coach, and one other skin. Oh, I think I remember that being added. Maybe that's how they learned about it. You're right, because my kid got that skin, and I was like, oh, why'd you change me? Because I got the, I think it's like the Travis Scott skin. That's what I usually play, because it looks badass. Like everybody else has armor on. I'm running out there with no shirt on, like I ain't scared. But they did do the Beavis and Butthead, and my kid got that one. So I guess that's how they found out about it. But they actually started watching the show, and I tried to tell them, I was like, when this show was actually on back in the day, it would be like a little, I don't know, 30-second clip, and then you'd have to watch a heavy metal music video for 4 minutes, and then it'd be another 30-second clip. Like, it's not like it was back then. You could pay the difference on candy if you have a credit card. Yeah, I know that. I did that on the Superman I bought for like $5 difference. Candy, Superman wasn't on candy. Oh, I hear what you're saying. So, if there's a Superman that you want to buy listed for like $1,000, you can use your balance and pay $1,000, but if you use your credit card, it'll only be like $990 or something. I mean, I've got a balance. My balance covered it. I had $177 and it only cost $169. I don't see why my balance doesn't cover it, but the fee should come out the seller, not the buyer. That's how it is on BP. I tried to get for free NBA 2K26. My kid got it for free. Poke, what you got to do is get a friend who has 2K26. Or maybe my kid lied to me. I don't know. But according to my kid, he said that if your friend has it, he can give it to you. And I was like, why would they let you do that? That don't make sense. I don't know how he would have got it, though. Because he's in there playing it right now. So he's definitely got it. I don't know. All right, y'all. Well, it was just me tonight. Mo was at a job interview. He's not actually in jail, even though it looks like he's in jail over there. Just me tonight, but hopefully he'll be back next week. Unless he gets hired for some job that works second shift. And then I don't know. I have to get Guff to be my new co-host. I'm trying to get Guff to come on here and debate me on politics someday. He says he wants to. He says he's going to. I keep giving him opportunities. It never happens. Rob T says, if your son is into Travis Scott, the Nike Travis Scott X Fragment Design Air Jordan 1 Low OG releases on September 20th. Rob T, how many of these shoe drops do you actually get? I know we were talking about one earlier, the Yu-Gi-Oh one, and you were like 5% chance to get it. And I'm like, 5% chance? Like, do you ever actually get any of the shoes? Big A says, I bought Superman #1 comic for $179, but had like $175 balance, so I used my balance. Oh, yeah, they offered to give me that. They offered to let me do that. But you saw where the price that I would have had to pay with the credit card went up, even though my balance had gone up. That's why I was like, I don't want to do that for sure, because something don't seem right. Keep you posted since we'll go for a ton aftermarket. I know I need to start getting into those. We got Kryptoni in the building. What's up, Kryptoni? Batman 1 and Wonder Woman 1 is good. on Candy 2. I already got both of those, multiples of both of those. I don't have Superman 1 yet, though. I don't have any Superman 1s. I need the uncommon. Thank you, DNOC. I appreciate you, bro. I get a decent amount and have more than one account. Oh, well. And the more you go for, and the no, the better. Do you ever get stuck with them? You flip them all quickly? No problem selling them? I don't know why I'm not going for these more often. I'm going for Mars Yard 3.0 this week. It goes for $275 retail and probably $800 to $1,000 aftermarket. Of course you do, Kryptoni over there. Well status. I was trying to buy one. I was showing my screenshots from it. It wouldn't let me buy it even though I had enough in my balance. Well, okay. Paid full price. Full price? You mean retail price? How much is full price? I'm not a reseller. What? So you're buying them for yourself? Your closet must be wild, bro. Buying all these for yourself? You telling me how much they're worth, $1,000, but you just keep it? I mean, if I'm buying them off that app and I get lucky and actually hit the drop, the second I touch them, they are gone. The only shoes I ever got off a drop off the app were the ones that I'm wearing today. The dot swooshes, baby. I still got them. Still wear them now. They're my everyday shoes now. They were my dress shoes for a while. But then my everyday shoes got ruined, so now they became my everyday shoes, and now I got some other shoes that are for nice occasions. Rob T says, I don't sell wholesale. I'm saying in most stuff I hold long time and use and sell for much money. Oh, he's just stacking. Diamond Haynes over there. I hear you, bro. If you guys are into flipping and reselling, I do have a new series on my channel that I'm doing for reselling on eBay where I get a haul. And I try to make a profit from that haul within 10 days. I've done 4 videos so far. The first 3, I've been able to profit on all 3 of them. 4th one, not so much. It was a big haul. It was one of those ones where I needed a lot of inventory so that I can list every day. But the ones I got coming up, if I make videos from them, spoiler alert, in the profit on all of them. I had some good picks lately. I only go for stuff that goes for a lot more. But how do you know which that stuff is? I mean, you got to have the knowledge. I wouldn't know. I mean, I would assume them like when Yu-Gi-Oh drops, yeah. When some Kobe shoes drop, yeah. But some of this other stuff you're talking about, flower Powerpuff Girl shoes, I wouldn't know to grab those. Rob T knows though. I'm in the know. I need to get into the know. Probably at some Telegram group. You make profit off that batch over time? Oh, definitely. I'm already in the profit of that. There's something that's sold today from that batch that puts me into the profit. So I only needed like less than $2 more profit or revenue to be in the profit on that one. And on that one pick that I showed you guys, that I only spent $16 for anybody who watched it and had like a box of like random stuff, I've now made like well over $100 on that now. Like everything, the yo-yo string sold, like everything in there is sold. Do you think it's illegal to share someone's 2K26? Apparently not. My kid said that's how he got it. His friend shared it with them. They wouldn't let you do it if it was illegal. I have no idea, man. I have an Xbox. I have a Powerpuff Parrot. See, I told you. I would not have gone for the Powerpuff Girl ones. Maybe I should have, though. The Unicorno, they got some Unicorno Nikes. Your resale series has me ready to go in my closet and sell all my 2X and 3X clothes from when I was fat. All good brands. Yes, like I said, that's the stuff that sells great. When people look up sell-through rate, they'll look up a shirt like a Nike black short sleeve shirt. What's my sell-through rate? And it's, oh, this is horrible. There's tons of them. But if they would have looked up the fact that your shirt was 3XL and looked at the sell-through rate there, you see it has a great sell-through rate because that stuff sells fast all the time, especially with Christmas coming up. That's why I've been jacking up my inventory because the holiday season is coming up, so you want to have a lot of stuff in your store ready to go. Kryptoni got a nice Pinnacle collection. That's what everybody in my Discord's buying now. I think they started up their own channel in there for Pinnacle. I haven't got into it yet. Maybe when the money starts rolling in 10 days, that's crazy. I mean, as long as you get that stuff listed, it goes pretty fast. But I'm undercutting. I'm doing free shipping. There's certain strategies I use to get fast sales. I have a Nike SB Dunk Low Buttercup. I mean, that does sound kind of dope. I'd probably wear that. I'd probably rock those. I've said I'd wear like a Caitlin Clark jersey just because it's Indiana. Yeah, man, don't be wearing them. Keep them in perfect condition. I always appreciate you, Rob. What's up, Sousa? Good to see you, my man. Just looking to see if you remember how it's Sousa. With it, like the Z sound, right? Sousa has been on the channel with me before. He's a old school, big time collector over at BB. Are you still going for the BB drop, Sousa? Every once in a while, if it's a decent drop. There was one the other day, a few weeks ago, that was worth going for. It was like the red metallic Spider-Man. Every once in a while, they'll have a drop worth going for. But that Samurai Vader, pass. Pass on that one. Pokemon Phantasmal Flames is dropping and people flip it, but I don't mess with the Pokemon cards at all. I've seen lots of YouTube videos about people fighting over the Pokemon cards at Walmart and Target, and you got to get first in line, and then you're going to have some dude with the neck beard there trying to grab up on you and take your stuff. No, thank you. That's how baseball cards were during the pandemic. That's why I quit messing with that too. That's the cost. I actually just sold my whole collection. I had to cut ties. I made money in the end. I'm happy. Good to hear that you were able to be profitable. But yeah, that was kind of a good time to cut ties with me. I think it's November 19th at that point. Gyms have no value whatsoever anymore. Once November 19th hits, you can no longer cash out unless you go to the Stacker app through Omi. It's all bad over there. I'm trying to sell my everything before then, and nobody's buying. That's the problem. Online only. Oh, I got you. It's Pokemon Center, they do a queue online now because it's so bad in person. What are these, like digital Pokemon cards? I know they have digital Magic the Gathering cards. I don't exactly know what it is that you're talking about. Some Pokemon game. I got into Pokemon Go for a while, and that was fun. Yes, no one is buying. I was thinking about starting an auction on my number 9 collectible at like floor price. I'm afraid it'll sell at that price, though, and I'm going to feel bad if it does. Big A says, you think when you get a mini crash on the November? I would say you get a slow crash all the way up to the November change, but once the November change happens, don't you think there'll be a little pump afterwards? I kind of feel like people were going to anticipate that now that now that there's no cash out, because in the past, anytime there was no cash out on BB, prices went up always. So I think people will assume that once cash out is taken out, prices are going to go up. Although they might be wrong, however, they're going to buy right away. So I would think prices go up for a minute. Then people start to realize, oh, this ain't going to work. And they come back down. So maybe you can make if you buy a little bit right before then, November 18th, maybe you can make a little bit of profit on the pump. The real packs, I thought you said they were digital. What's up, Fiddish? Good to see you, my man. How's your son doing in high school? I mean, all right. I don't know how these grades work. See, it's way different than when we were kids. Like, I have an app now that updates his grades like daily. I'll be like, dude, your grade just fell to a D. And he's like, we haven't even turned that paper in yet that shows like that he's incomplete or something that messed his grade up. So I don't know how accurate these apps are on his grades. I think he's doing good. He seems like, I keep asking him, do you like middle school better or high school? And he's like, I haven't decided yet. So I don't know. He's ready to start driving. I know that. They now sell the packs and ETBs and booster box bundles online. Oh, okay. Do you have a limit 1 or 2 per person? That's probably better. Good. Yeah, so there's no more physical altercations for cards. Gym prices went up, but you had to sell those gyms 50 cents on the dollar to get out. That is true. Yeah. And some people were selling them for even less than that. But yeah, I cashed out many times selling my gyms for 50 cents on the dollar. I remember back in the day. They sell the real packs online now to avoid people fighting. Good. That's smart. Whoever did that, good job. You need a promotion. Been cashing my jimmies out. I gotta sell some stuff. I still got my Becky Cloonans now. I might just hold on to those 2 Becky Cloonans and nothing else, maybe a Labracorn, and just sell everything else. But 10, 20 years from now, if BB just happens to hold on and somehow blows up, if I still have those Becky Cloonans, I can still make some good money from those. How old do you have to be to get your learner's permit? As far as I know, and I don't know if it's changed or not, you can get your learner's permit when you're 15 if you've had a driver's education course. If not, I don't think either you can get it at 16 or you can't get it at all. I think when I was a kid, I couldn't get my license till I was 17 because I did not take driver's ed. But that was a long time ago. I'm kind of old. It is hard to sell stuff. That's why I was thinking about doing auctions, but every time I do auctions, it sells for a lot less than I wanted to. School sometimes is boring and hard. Yes, I know. And I always tell him I want him to bring your schoolwork home so I can look at it and help you with it. And he's like, no. I'm like, bro, I have a degree in computer science. You're doing algebra. I can help. Rob T says they need to get on the blockchain and off that layer 2 solution. They keep saying they're going on chain now. I don't know, the stuff that's going on. I think they're selling everything to Dr. Profit, honestly. There's supposed to be this big announcement coming up at the end of the year. My speculation, and it's a wild one, but I'm saying that the big announcement is they're selling BVD to Dr. Profit. He's taking over. They're going to rename it Stacker and everything. I don't know about that, but mark my words. If that happens, come back to this live stream and be like, he predicted it. Big announcement is Randy's new comic. Oh, that's what I've been waiting for. I hope you're right. I've been wanting to read the Randy Chavez, America Chavez collaboration comic. The origin story of America Chavez. Randy said the other day he's considered buying part ownership in Omi. It's probably pretty cheap at this point. He said he's thinking the same thing. Really? I thought that was like a radical idea, but I don't know. It's starting to look that way now that all of the cash out goes through Stacker, which is Dr. Profit's website now anyway. Maybe there's something to that. Maybe it was part of a lawsuit, because they did have that lawsuit with him. If so, I think that would be very bearish. I hope that's not the truth. Hopefully I'm out by then. I just got to sell that number 9 collectible. All right, y'all. We're going to end this live stream. There's only half of us, so we only did half the time as usual. 1 hour. But next week, I'm going to be doing the Tila Tequila conspiracy theory. Don't go down that rabbit hole without me yet. I gave you a little bit of a hint of what it's about, but it starts off with Tila Tequila, and then it gets really deep, and then it gets to like the point that I don't even know if I want to go that deep. But I went down the rabbit hole, and I want to show y'all what I found. And then, of course, as always in the Trump administration, there's going to be about 15 to 16 new topics to talk about in the politics section next week, I'm sure. I saw the clip of, oh, so it's a real thing. Randy says, maybe I should just buy BB. Well, I think he put in $600,000 into Omi and BB, and he's lost $500,000 of that so far. So, I mean, at this point, what do you got to lose? $100,000 would be the answer to that. $100,000. So much for BB being for collectors. It's definitely aiming for the Omi folks. It didn't used to at all. That was the whole thing. They were like, we're not Web3 no more. I have an email from DBU where he says, we are not Web3. But now they're all about Web3 because they're selling it to Dr. Profit. Don't forget Yu-Gi-Oh! X Nike, Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Has to be on the Sneakers app. You get a 10-minute draw, so it's kind of like a wait list. So if anybody wants to go for these Nikes, these Yu-Gi-Oh! Nikes, you got to download the Sneakers app. The drop is at 10 a.m. I think he said they were like $210, but they resell for like $500 minimum, maybe $1,000. And you get like some card with it or something, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card or shirt. I don't know. Sounds interesting. If you're nervous, I'll rebuy it from you for cheap. I mean, you're just guaranteeing then I make a profit. I guess I better go for it. I think they gave Randy, maybe I should stream it. They gave Randy free Omi to promote all along. He didn't pay for his Omi. That is cappity cap. I don't believe that. How's the head teacher there? I have no idea. It's got a whole bunch of different teachers. Is that like the principal? I don't know the principal either. Sneakers and Nike X Yu-Gi-Oh! Card included with the Air Max Nikes. Let's go. If you decide to go for that drop, good luck. I might try to go for it as well. All right, y'all. I will be back next Tuesday with Mo, hopefully, if he's not busy next Tuesday. And I might even be dropping some more eBay reselling videos soon, so keep your eye on the channel. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for our Tales from the Crypto live stream. We do this every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come back and hang out with us next week. Later, y'all.